There's a lot of people chasing Justice Hill after last night's game. He racked up a lot of targets. He racked up some catches. We're going to look at the advanced analytics. We're going to look at the trends and see whether or not you need him for fantasy football, how to play Justice Hill in fantasy football going forward. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now because we're strategizing and we're doing deep dives on all these trendy players. The guys rising the rankings, those guys having the big moments, those guys who are sucking, those guys who are hot off the waiver wire. We will do deep dives, if not multiple times on those players, to hammer home what we need to do as the numbers change throughout the season. We also use these videos to help you set your lineups. Click that subscribe button. Stop missing out. But Justice Hill had himself a day. He had himself a day. 11 fantasy points, but 8 targets. Catching the ball 6 times, 52 yards. He was active early. They were getting him the ball. They were trying to get the ball out quick. They were trying to have the pace to keep up with the Chiefs, and the game script predicted that as well. Derrick Henry, not too shabby, but just 10 PPR fantasy points, but he was running the rock between the tackles, 3.5 yards per carry, but got a touchdown. That saved you a little bit. He didn't give you the upside if you were starting him, but he did not wreck you at least. But you look at the game script here, just looking at that, you can tell the pace of play of what the Ravens had to do here. They had to get the ball out quick. They had to push the pace, but you're going against a tough secondary. So again, you had to be very strategic, and one way is getting it out to Justice Hill out in the flat. Snaps, though, Justice Hill outsnapped Derrick Henry, 53.8% to 46.3%. It was pretty tight on the splits there. But again, Justice Hill, good in the passing game. Justice Hill, decent opportunity share, but 8 targets. 8 targets is what we're looking at, a 20% target share. That might be an anomaly. That should be for a running back and having to share the backfield with Derrick Henry. But you look at him versus the other pass catchers there, 25% target share for Zay Flowers, 30% at the tight end spot for Likely, and then you got Justice Hill with a 20% target share, and he was getting it done, and with negative air yards because he was getting the ball behind the line of scrimmage. They were trying to get the ball out quick. That makes a lot of sense. 11.5 PPR fantasy points. I mentioned this in another video. Watch Rashad Bateman. 24 8i is huge. It's massive. It's not a trend yet. It's only one game. We want to see how he's being used. But 5 targets and most of the air yards, 44.9% share of the air yards. So we're getting some opportunity there that could be trendy for DFS action if you're making multiple lineups in tournaments in the right matchups for Bateman. But we're looking at Justice Hill. We got popping a step. You saw it last night. You don't need to look at the combine metrics, but he's there. He's been looking good. But last year, we had 1 RB1 week, but it's against Miami. But what about this game versus this Chiefs game can draw some parallels? Because you got to keep up with Miami. You got to be fast-paced. What are you going to do? You're going to get the ball out quickly when you're throwing the ball. You're going to get it out to your outlet running back. Again, I know injuries and stuff played a big factor with the Ravens. We did like 30 videos on Keaton Mitchell last year, and we know this. But looking at this, against Miami, he saw 5 targets. He got a lot of opportunity, he got a lot of run, and a 23% target share. He had a good target share last night. He saw 8 targets last night, and this is a matchup. I'm not going to compare the teams, but it's a matchup where you got to be fast-paced. You're working against a fast-paced offense, fast-court offense that loves to move the football. Everybody loves moving the football, but they really love moving the football. So what did they do here? They got the ball out to Justice Hill, and they got the ball out to Rashad Bateman. 1 more target, but he got the deep targets as well. Deep ball dandy Bateman, but likely got 3 targets in that matchup. But the Justice Hill trend here, when you're looking at the matchups here, if Baltimore has to move it fast, if they're playing against a fast-paced offense or a good offense, they might be working it to Justice Hill in the flat more often than not. We got Buffalo, we got Dallas. Game script goes off with Cincinnati. You got some interesting matchups here. So what do we think about Justice Hill? You don't want to go all in on him right now. Mainly you can't till waiver wires go off. But we still have Sunday. Wait and see what other players go off. Wait and see what other players exceed expectations. But he's likely a matchup play going forward. Derrick Henry's still going to get a lot of workload. Big, physical running back who's going to crush it between the tackles. He's going to get more opportunity. Derrick Henry is good to go. But in matchup play, in those matches where they got to get the ball out quick, they got to operate fast, and they want to be efficient. Let me know what you think about Justice Hill in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. I want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.